always, like and subscribe. Make sure you...
Always like and subscribe. Like, we didn't just watch you make all this, like, ground beef explode out of this Cobra. I'm Louie, flexing pythons. We got a reaction video for y'all, but first, let me flex this boy on you. Oh, yeah. This is Super Dwarf from Reach Out Reptiles. Garrett Hartle, best person to get it from. If you want to watch the unboxing, if you like unboxings, this is by far the most fun, the best unboxing I've ever experienced, and I wanted to share it with everyone else, and everyone else seems to enjoy it based off the comments. So if you haven't seen that video, you like unboxings, go to this corner, or go to this corner. I don't remember which one it's going to be. Go ahead and watch that, come back to this. Now, we're doing a reaction to Nerd, New England Reptiles. They just uploaded a video, said, I don't know if my king cobra is going to survive, ... not clickbait. So we're going to give that a watch. I don't have hots, I don't keep hots, but I do like to watch other people. I like to learn about a lot of things. I like to learn, just in general. I like to learn about things that I don't know about, especially when it comes to reptiles and things that I don't keep, because there are a lot of things that I do not keep, so I like to watch things, you know, other people keeping things and you know, sick things and how to prevent certain sicknesses and just all that. So this title had my interest for sure, and I'm excited to give this a watch. Before we get into it, if you don't know Nerd, if you don't know New England Reptiles, their link is going to be down in the description below. Go check them out. Original videos there. A bunch of other good information is going to be there. And a quick shout out to my boy GP Snakes on YouTube. Make sure you go check him out. He does a podcast called Under 1,000 Podcast, where he interviews a bunch of people in the reptile community. And if you most of them have under 1,000 subscribers. Really cool thing he has going. I really enjoy that podcast. You should too. His link is going to be down in the description below. Make sure you go check him out. I just get so distracted by how pretty he looks.
Two hours later.
So at this time it has 18,000 views, 1.7k likes, only 15 dislikes. So you know, this is gonna be good. So this is a little preview. It says later in the video down there. So he's just showing us a little something. Look at that cobra he has just by the head. Like that's why I like watching this, because that stuff I'm never gonna be holding a king cobra, any type of venomous snake by the head. I'm not that dude. Everyone else that does it, yo, respect to you, and I love watching you. I'm not that dude, so I like watching people like what's going on. I like watching pros, people that do this stuff. I really enjoy that. Now he just has it right there. You can see the big lump in it right there.
Big pocket.
Wasn't expecting. It's just going. That was a good one.
Just.
Drained it all, right? Jeremy has moved to North Carolina to become a full-time. What's in North Carolina for musicians? Like Nashville makes sense. Everyone likes to go to LA if you're an actor or whatever. What's in North Carolina for musicians? I don't know. If you know, let me know down in the comments below. And this isn't me hating on nothing, you know, Jeremy. You know, yo, good for you, man. You follow your passion and stuff. I'm just curious as to why is North Carolina the place to go to be a full-time musician? Best of luck, Jeremy. College important, man. Stay in school. I didn't. And then I was enlisted. I could have been an officer, but no. And then Gianni lets become a personal trainer. That's good. Help people with their health. Like, I think about doing that sometime. Sounds like something I'd be passionate about. Good for him. Man, everyone leaving. Who you got left over there, bro?
He is all fired up. Hi, Lillith.
That is pretty. I feel like I'm going to be pausing a lot during this. I got to try to make it not already longer than this video is going to be, because it's a 20-minute video. I'll try to cut it down as much as I can in parts where I don't talk, and I don't know. We'll see what happens, but that is just gorgeous. Look, he's just hooded up, like pure, like who doesn't love an all-white snake, right? Then you put it into a cobra, an all-white cobra. That is so pretty. Oh, wow. That is just like, talk about like something that just looks majestic. Like you look at that, you just respect it. You have to. That is gorgeous.
Well, it's getting pretty big.
Wow. No kidding, he's getting big. That thing looks huge, man.
Keep her. So the trick is, what I've been working with Lilith is trying to get
Ooh, that scared me.
the brain working.
Thought I was going to go through the
the
monitor.
that, Lilith is doing great. She's gone through some pretty good worming. She still has a bit of swelling under her left eye, which I think is just the remains of a parasite. It's likely it's some kind of cestoid under her eye, and I was very unwilling to take considerable worming precautions. Hopefully everybody got a chance to check out
Oh, she turned to the good eye right when I paused it.
Dinkelman and his King Cobra Goliath, who's just a beautiful, massive male King
She
Cobra.
insecure about that eye, man. She's not letting us look again.
Treatment of Goliath.
Sorry, that thing was gorgeous.
And we are giving him another dose of flagell. Let's get this in him quickly.
So they're giving him an antibiotic or something? They're grabbing this cobra by the head. Is that what? I think that's a cobra. There's been cobras everywhere in here so far. The all white one, beautiful, and then the one in the very beginning. I don't know if that's the same snake in the beginning. We'll see. And then apparently this dude's an expert. This is like for real though. Like hats off to anyone that be handling venomous like this, because that's just like I said, man. Like I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude.
Okay, let's hold him there. So this is the amikacin. Tell me
Dingo
if you're ready.
Dinkelman.
It's very hard to hold a big snake like this still.
I know.
So look at these muscles. Look at these big muscles here.
Yo, if anyone's going to respect some muscles, yo, I respect those gains. I respect that.
I'm just very strong, Lance. Kevin McCurdy,
They've been giving him protein and creatine.
He is incredibly smart. I'm going to put a link to his video down below because he spoke about exactly what he thinks is going on with Goliath. I ain't got a PhD in bugger all, you know what I mean? He used some big words there.
But he believed in me, and I really admire that, and I do appreciate you, Dingle. And I also really like Dingo's audience. Dingo's got a hell of an audience.
Kevin keeps saying Dingle by accident. He's saying
Dingo,
he knows Dingo.
Dingo.
It sounds like Dingle over here.
No, Dingo.
I know you
Dingo.
know
Not
the
saying
name.
Dingle. No, Dingle would be
Is he not saying Dingle sometimes?
Dingo.
I'm trying to help.
I hope I pronounced it right now. My bad if I didn't.
Sad that some people will go and make up really ridiculous stories, like I tried to pull Lilith's fangs out, I tried to devenomize her, that she doesn't have an eye, that she's dead. Over and over and over again, everybody was saying Lilith was dead, just because I wasn't showing her off. I don't own Lilith and have Lilith at New England Reptile, so I can just sit here and do social media with her all.
Yo, he a little bit upset about all the allegations, huh? Now I don't know. I don't get in draw. I don't know people saying. I don't read comments on everyone's things or whatever, and I don't really know the whole story about Lilith, honestly. Like I don't keep up with everyone like nonstop. I'm trying to, but it's so much good content out there that I'm trying to, you try to watch, try to find time for, and everyone has their own lives. So I don't really know, but he seems he don't like those allegations, and that's pretty clear.
All day. She's not a prop to me. This is a life dream. She's a leucistic blue-eyed king cobra. She's the only adult that we know of in the world. There was a little baby this past spring, summer, that I do know was born. I don't know what happened to it, but the history is there was a man.
I gotta imagine when people have venomous out like this, right? Is the cameraman or is there someone else there keeping? Because the king cobra is very visual, right? And that's how a lot of people handle them and try to distract, right? Is there a cameraman or someone there distracting it so that hood's up and all the attention is he's not going to turn around because the attention's in front of the snake. So I imagine that's kind of keeping him to be where he can talk a little bit more. And right now he's looking dead at the camera and not at the snake. And I imagine someone's kind of occupying that snake's attention, which is good.
Blue-eyed leucistic king cobra. And that snake, visually, when I looked at it in the video, it's a cell phone video, it was covered with these subcutaneous cestodes or parasites under the skin.
Oh, man.
So if I'm seeing subcutaneous lumps indicating a massive parasite load, who knows what's going on in the internal organs, certainly the lung, the body cavity. And that animal, as I understand, bred a female, and we have a baby that I got as a baby that was being fed wild rat snakes that are parasitized, and we raised that animal to about 5 foot now. His name is Lucifer. As we've been raising Lucifer from a baby, prior to us getting it, Lucifer was being fed feeder items, which are snakes that are parasitized. And we ran into a problem, I think that's parasitic in nature, and we're going to show you something that was kind of horrific for me to...
I'm gonna be honest, I get lost a little bit because I don't know as much as this guy knows that he's trying to explain, but that's why we're here, right? That's why we're all trying to learn. So a lot of times, like if I'm not gonna comment on something, it's because like I don't have an opinion and I'm just listening to it and I'm taking in knowledge just like everyone else is.
Actually deal with, and I've been dealing with it for the past weeks, but I figured I was gonna, once again, I'm gonna expose what can actually happen when you're managing a large collection of animals, and so show you how I'm trying to rectify it. And it really, it's a gnarly one.
This is our het leucistic king cobra, and
So this is the scene, the snake in the beginning. You can see I guess they were draining that stuff out of it, right? That cottage cheese, and this is before that, I'm assuming.
we looked at this about a week and a half ago, and it looked great. He's been eating great. So this animal was originally, prior to us getting it, was fed wild-caught snakes and whatnot. And all of a sudden, we noticed a swelling in the throat. Animal's still active and whatever, going into a shed. And we also have...
That is a gnarly bump. I wonder, is that what they squeezed out of? I don't think so. I think up there was where they squeezed out of, right? And I imagine they're going to have to get to this too.
subcutaneous parasite right there. And I've been draining that out. So this is
Parasite.
not a great thing. This is an animal that we've been giving it nothing but, the food that we're giving it, there's no parasite load. But clearly this animal has been subjected to something prior. And now it's a drag.
So right now they got a scalpel out, and I'm guessing this is where we saw the draining in the beginning.
Yeah. Nasty. Yeah, so the body's already breaking that down. Oof. Oof. Yeah, so this one's, the body's already, already basically started to break it all down.
First thing.
So I guess that one's good. That was not the one in the beginning. I was clearly wrong on that. But so we know the big one's coming.
This. I feel it. Ah, God, big pocket. Wow. Yeah, that's awful. Awful. There's gonna be so much stuff come out of this, I can break them. So this animal's been on antibiotics for over a week. This is terrible.
So I imagine this is just like people and things like that. You always try antibiotics first, right? And then if the antibiotics don't work, a dog, whatever, antibiotics don't work, then there's another measure you gotta do that's gonna be a little bit more drastic. And I guess this is the more drastic measure, pulling out the scalpel and just getting rid of it physically on your own.
Hi, buddy. I'm sorry.
And he's not happy.
Pains me.
You can tell he does not want to do this. You hear that? I heard it. I pay attention. That's why I do reactions. I pay attention to everything in these videos. I'm just a very vigilant person in general. And I heard that sigh right before I paused it. He had this big sigh. It's just like, dang, I do not want to do this. I do not want to cut open this snake.
There is really no good way around this. I don't understand what happened. I know.
Right now he's putting someone on definitely so that it doesn't get an infection. Same kind of method that, doctors do on people.
This is massive. Not material. amount of material that's in here. Okay, there you go. It's right there. Let him get his yayas out. He's gonna envenomate this towel.
You're gonna soak the hell out of that towel.
Hi, buddy. This often, as you're working on an animal like this, can actually help alleviate a little bit of stress because it feels like it's engaging the threat and taking it out. So I've already gone in. I've already worked on this.
I never thought about, well, if you're using a scalpel on a snake, you can't just go, you don't just go in a straight line. You know, you got to go around the scales. I didn't think about that. I'm watching, and he's going around each scale, and I was like, huh.
So
That's what it looked like. Maybe he doesn't, but so far it looks like he's going around the scales.
and you're gonna see.
Oh, he's putting that in there. Make it a little bit easier to get it in there. Or is he gonna syringe stuff out?
So this has got a decent amount of material in it. I'm gonna try a different spot. This is a big abscess, essentially.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's trying to pull some of that stuff out. Or drain it a little bit. I'm
This way
assuming.
going into the syringe barb.
Yep.
Problem is the syringe is not able to. It's so much liquid.
So he's trying to. In the beginning, we just saw him cut it open, right? But this is the process, right? They try, I guess antibiotics weren't working in the past. Then they try to get this. They're trying to see if maybe they can cut a little bit, try to syringe it out. That's clearly not working. So now they got to go to drastic measures. But he's literally doing everything he can before he actually takes just a blade and just has to cut a slice out and get it all out.
It's a lot of thick stuff.
It's not able to address so much. So if this is brought on by a parasite in nature, there's really no good way for me to tell. All I'm trying to do is get this.
Okay, so he didn't slice it up even more. He's just going to push it out through the open hole. I don't know if maybe he opened up a little bit more, or maybe the initial little incision that he made was big enough that this can do all that. Like I said, like I'm not a doctor or veterinarian. I don't pretend like I know all this stuff. I'm learning and watching for the first time with you, or maybe you already watched this, but this is my first time watching it. And if I sound like I don't know what's going on, it's because like I'm trying to learn too, and I'm just guessing and assuming and giving my initial thoughts in my head during this. And just keep in mind, I'm not saying I know anything that's happening. I've just been guessing and trying to put the pieces together. And here's this thing. It's just amazing how much is in there.
Unbelievable.
Oh man, what is that?
I don't know why you're not very happy, Snake.
Hell no, he's not happy. Who'd be happy about that? This ain't like people on YouTube showing off how much pus was in the cyst on their back. This ain't like that. This snake is not happy. Hell no, he's not happy. And I don't blame that snake. He probably want to bite every mother trucker in the room just because he don't know what's happening. Man, good thing there's people that are this good and do this stuff for snakes. Because some people are made for this. Like I said, I'm not one of those dudes that's made to be putting hands on some venomous snakes. Gosh, look at all that. That snake's got to feel better though, not having that big, you know, all that in there.
So this is a giant, multi-pocketed abscess.
Oh yeah. Jeez. Looking like ground beef. What is that? It? That's got to be it then, right? You get blood, maybe, I guess. Oh, a lot of blood, but no, there's still stuff coming out. He's trying to push it out from all the sides. They'd be trying to hide in there. Kick it.
Wow, this is just
Nuts.
I don't know. I think antibiotics are having a tough time.
Wow. And you probably won't even know if you get it all, because the snake is just one long. You know, it could be. You just got. You know, he's just got to do his best. But yeah, there's more. Whoa.
wow.
Look at it.
It's
It's even more now. Yeah, they got a teamwork on this. Teamwork makes the dream work, and it's messy.
Amazing.
God, look at all that.
One good thing is it's not foul smelling.
I guess what if it's foul smelling, is that like a sign of an infection? I'm assuming. If the pus and that kind of stuff smells, I'm pretty sure that means yeah. If it doesn't smell, then I guess it's not as toxic to whatever's going on in there. Man, I can't get over it. Look at it, the blood everywhere, but it's so much, all that pus, all that whatever it is.
This snake I give so much credit to.
Yo, he's putting up with a lot of BS right now. Not from y'all, but just in general, just life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You need to get
how many snakes got to go through this?
material out of the pocket, and I need to make sure
Oh,
all the pockets
God.
rupture. I do not expect to be able to get everything out in this way.
Right, we talked about that. I was like, it's gonna be impossible to know if you get it all out. You just got to do your best and feel best around, because the snake is just long. It could be you're gonna miss some. It's gonna happen. I'm hoping, hopefully it doesn't come back after this, because you just got to feel bad for the snake, and you got to tip your hat to both of them, just trying to help it out the best they can.
This was not exactly what I was anticipating.
More.
This could be
Whoa, it just keeps going.
invasive surgery. Ay, ay, ay.
That was a big gush.
Wow, he's a champ.
He's being very well behaved.
Man, he's got to be exhausted though too. At the same time, he's losing blood, and I don't know how much blood or whatever, right? But I mean, he's taking time. He's losing blood, and you've held onto his head, and he's, you know, at some point, everyone, if you get, you know, everyone kind of has to admit defeat. It was like, yo, I ain't getting out of this, you know. And he's probably in a, you know, that kind of position, but at the same time, you know, you gotta think as positive as you can. Be like, yo, this snake is he's a champ, absolutely. Still a big. This looks like a big bump still in there.
This is horrible.
Still more. Man.
I am.
Wow. It is literally unbelievable how much just keeps coming out. Like, they've been at this for like That's why the video's so long. Is why, because they've been at it for so freaking long, just trying to get it out. And they probably even tried to edit out to where like stuff doesn't come out, but literally there's no cuts. I haven't noticed any cuts for a long time. It just keeps going.
I'm just like, I'm literally befuddled. Flush this out with some sterile water. There's still more material. I cannot live. There's so many encapsulated areas.
That's a big little like nugget of it.
I don't know what this is from, except for I have to say this is something that maybe initiated with parasites. So right now I'm just trying to get the pocket of the abscess. This material is, it's almost like meat. It's
like ground beef cottage cheese kind of material.
Exactly what you classify this material as. I don't know if this animal can right this problem or not. I got all this blood.
Wow.
I mean, got some
Keeps
blood,
going.
but it could be so much worse. And this is pretty much blood that was in these big sacks.
Wow.
This is to the point where we had it on antibiotics. The snake was, I had drained it before, but I really wanted to get it on antibiotics. And often with these guys, it sometimes takes days before their immune response even really kicks in. So I was kind of...
I did not know that. Now, is that for all snakes, or is it just cobras in general, or just this kind of cobra that they're, you know, this kind of stuff takes days for it to respond? I don't know. A lot, like for people, right? We take someone pretty, like we start responding pretty quick. I don't think it's days. I think we respond pretty quick. We at least start to feel better a little bit. I don't know.
kind of managing that, and then
he's cleaning out the wound.
Need to do more
Is that what he's doing?
And today, I don't think I was quite
Flushing it out, right?
prepared. So not prepared. We didn't even have Donnie, because this is noteworthy.
Let's see what comes out.
Oh.
Boy.
You gotta control that, huh? So they're gonna do it a few times.
Okay.
Try to get as much as they can out, because you can't, like he even said, he's not sure if they're gonna get all of it out, but they're definitely trying to get, literally, they're trying to do their absolute best. I couldn't imagine if anyone else had this snake in this condition. Like, who else is gonna do this? Like, thank God for, thank God for Nerd.
I don't care about that piece of meat hanging out, in fact.
Make sure don't get infected, eh?
So, no stitches. We want this to, yeah. We want this to basically drain. I could put a wick. So a wick would basically be a sterile piece of gauze. I enter it into the wound, and I could even suture it in place if I wanted to. But because it didn't have a lot of pus and all that, I'm gonna forego that. There's not a lot of blood. So I'm gonna put this animal, obviously I'm gonna watch and then react
appropriately too. So let's revisit this snake. And always like and subscribe. Make sure you
Always like and subscribe. Like, we didn't just watch you make all this like ground beef explode out of this Cobra. Man, that's unreal, dude. Yo, this dude is so, like, this guy, thank goodness this guy's in the community, right? What if this dude never got into snakes? You imagine that? Or what if he never got into reptiles in general and the world would be missing? That snake could have been screwed.
following me, Evil Morph God on Instagram, as well as England Reptile on Instagram. And of course, hopefully you're
I got to follow you on Instagram. I never
forget,
done that, to be honest.
preview-
That was unreal. I feel like we've all learned a lot, and I feel like we gotta rewatch that like 2 or 3 times to really get all the information and like process all of it. And it looked like he was pretty unsure as to what caused it. Pretty clear. And I'm hoping that they figure it out. I really do. And hopefully, like things like that, like cysts and things like that, they usually pus always comes back. It always comes back. You always got to redrain it. Hopefully the snake, it gets better. I'm hoping they figure out what's going on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Man, not as much humor in this one, but that was I'm glad we did that one. Yo, thank God for Nerd. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, before I forget, if you got this far, all the way to the freaking end of the video, yo, please go down there, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Now, I'm not obsessed with subscriber numbers. The only reason why I like subscribers, the numbers on it anyways, is when I see that I get new subscribers, it means that the content that I'm putting out, people like it so much that they want to come back and see it again. So that kind of sends a message to me. Also, please hit that thumbs up because the YouTube algorithm loves it and it'll put it in people's recommended feeds. I really appreciate y'all. Now y'all have a good one.